On behalf of the Columbia Empowerment Zone, Inc. Board of Directors and myself, good morning and welcome. We are so excited and pleased to present Lady Street Suites to you. We invite you to come in, tour our facility, and meet our small business owners. This building is a great example of the strength in partnerships, and we're sure our partnership efforts will be felt for years to come, and it will help build Columbia and create big economic impact. The investment in this building was made possible with funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and the City of Columbia's Community Development Department. Together, we all work to grow our city by assisting small business owners who create jobs and generate economic activity. Thanks to the hard work of volunteer board of directors, and if they would raise their hands, I know a few of them are out of town. Thanks to our elected officials, our city leadership team, HUD, and the U.S. Congressional Office, we have a building here that was saved from possible blight, provides attractive office space that we're eager for you to see, and a flexible conference room that our business owners can use to meet with their clients, and we can use to provide training opportunities for them. This facility appeals to businesses graduating from the incubator, those expanding or relocating from surrounding cities, and just those transitioning from home offices. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please come in, enjoy some refreshments, listen to some music, and meet our small business owners who have committed to growing their business in downtown Columbia. And for that, if I could ask you all to just give them applause for their commitment. At this time, we're going to follow the program as outlined, and Mr. Russell McCord, who is the co-chair of the Columbia Empowerment Zone, Inc., will come forth and give a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Judge Mildred Weathers McDuffie, board chair, and the rest of the board, I'd like to welcome you. We're real proud of this building. It's the product of an awful lot of work by a lot of folks, as Felicia has said. And while it's a beautiful building, what's really important is what happens inside. And what I want to do is tell you a little bit about what's going on inside, because, as I say, that's what's really important. We have 6 businesses that have located here, and I'm going to tell you briefly about each one of them, and then I hope everyone will have a chance to meet some of these folks as the program winds up. South Atlantic Export Center is a division of Innovative Global Supply. It's an export management company with offices in Columbia and Greenville. Sona Building Services is a full-service contractor that focuses on commercial building maintenance. Accelerations Educational Software was founded to create effective and affordable educational software, especially for children with autism. J.B. Ladner & Associates has expertise focused on urban and rural transportation program development. Tallis Unlimited Company is a civil engineering firm specializing in planning and design for public works and site development. And Plans Unlimited Construction will be coming soon, and it is a construction civil engineering services company. They offer on-the-job training as well. So our purpose in providing this space is to allow these companies to grow, and what we really want them to do is to move out. Now, I don't mean that literally. What I mean is we want them to grow to the extent that they have enough folks that they need larger space. And as they leave us, more companies will come in from the incubator, from home offices, whatever the case may be, and we can continue to foster this growth that is so desperately needed. So that is our mission with this property. It's what we do within Columbia Empowerment Zone, and this is a keystone in our efforts to help foster economic development. I do want to recognize some of the specific folks that helped us get this job done. Bobbitt Design Build, Todd Walter and Vic Englert, Lyon and Associates, Rob Lyon, Aquaseal, Stephen Riva, Reed Handyman and Lawn Services, Marvin Reed, GNS Janitorial, Leroy Green, and Plans Unlimited, Jay and Barry Aiken. Those are just some of the companies that helped us take this building and turn it into what you'll see today when you have an opportunity to go through. So again, we're delighted to have you here. We ask you to stay and meet the business owners and enjoy the fellowship that we'll have when this concludes. Thank you very much.
Good morning. On behalf of Congressman Clyburn, we congratulate the Empowerment Zone for another project. I'd like to also acknowledge Councilman Sam Davis and Councilman Kevin Washington, Councilman Newman, and other elected officials here this morning. The Congressman could not be here, but we know that he has been out on the forefront for what we know in this body as the economic engine of America, small businesses that create more jobs than any business industry in America. With the vision of the City of Columbia, with Ms. Wilson and Steve Benjamin, they have launched the effort to revitalize this area. This is a tremendous incubator project that will enhance economic development in this area. So we say congratulations. Also, congratulations to the Board of Directors of the Empowerment Zone, the great job that you are doing and the vision. Thank you so much, and the Congressman will continue to support small businesses and legislation in Washington. God bless you and have a wonderful day.
Good morning. As most of you all know, I'm Brian DeQuincy Newman, District 2 City Councilman for the City of Columbia. On behalf of my colleagues on City Council, I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for being here and thank our city staff, HUD, and our Empowerment Zone Board for the tremendous amount of work that they put in to ensuring that we have economic development opportunities here for our city. Most of the times you may hear things in the media about what City Council does and different focuses of the media on major city projects or public safety issues, for instance. But one of the most important things that we can do is help provide these opportunities for our community. And I can recall back to some time ago coming to this building with Felicia and getting the tour about what the plans were. And I'll be honest with you, it was kind of hard to see what we have here today based off of where we came from. The building was not in the best of conditions. And even though she had this vision she was trying to detail to me, it took a lot of work to get here to this point. And I know they put a tremendous amount of time and effort into making sure that we got this completed. With that said, despite the other areas of focus that the city works on, we have to ensure that we provide these economic development opportunities and make sure that we cultivate small businesses and give some of our homegrown folks the opportunity to be successful here and to continue having a legacy of success and provide additional economic development opportunities for other members of our community. So I know I speak on behalf of all of my colleagues on City Council when I say I'm glad that we have this turnout. I'm glad that we have a successful building here. And I'm glad that we're going to continue to support those in our community that want to do better for themselves and want to own their own business and grow their business right here in the City of Columbia. So again, thank you all for being here, and we look forward to many more years of supporting our small businesses. Thank you.
Good morning. It's such a beautiful day again in Columbia, South Carolina. Yesterday we had another ribbon cutting out in North Columbia. I was so pleased to stand with Councilman Sam Davis at the Tolliver's Barber Shop to have another celebratory moment out in North Columbia. Today I'm standing with Councilman Newman in the heart of the city, downtown, and all of the wonderful folks who have attributed to us making it to this moment today. Most of whom, a lot of whom are staff, some who are not here with us. You'll hear from Ms. Livingston shortly. It really does take a village and a lot of different resources coming together for us to have moments like this. And oftentimes the city staff who I support, because I couldn't certainly do my job and run to all of these different ribbon cuttings on a daily basis. I need to find a way to sit at my desk at some point. But it does take the village of our staff to get all of these things done, and working with the mayor and city council who are so supportive of these efforts. I would like to acknowledge Mr. Baker. He has, at one point or another, our senior assistant city manager, worked with the various development corporations, overseeing them, as including the Columbia Empowerment Zone. I have done that in my tenure at the city, and I'm extremely excited that now our assistant city manager and CFO, Jeff Palin, is taking on the reins of overseeing and working with Felicia and Michael and Gloria and a lot of our city staff, in addition to the finance department, because there is such a connection between what they do and the finances of our city and the vitality and transparency that we must have as a city to showcase how we even get to the point to have projects like this. Our grants administrator, Chris Seegers, worked with Felicia diligently to get a grant and help fund the roof. I mean, these are the type of things for this building that would not have come to pass. That vision that Felicia had, that Mr. Newman was trying to see, and now we see it all. We all see it before us. It takes all of that, and I'm so appreciative to the staff of the city for what they do on a daily basis. You see our public safety officers here, our fire chief. It takes all of us, and when I have the opportunity to thank them, I like to do that. All of Miss Livingston's staff right before me. So I do want to especially thank two individuals, and that would be Felicia Maloney, who has tirelessly worked out in Eau Claire. At one point, she was wearing two hats with Eau Claire Development Corporation as well as the Columbia Empowerment Zone. And oftentimes, we don't see the vision, but there has to be that one person who sees it through to the end. And so I feel like we are well on our way to great things happening out of this incubator. Felicia and Jeff know that I'm anxious for them to have another exciting moment with us out at the North Main Plaza. I'll go ahead and say it, but it is 100% leased. And, we often hear about the negativity, but it is 100% leased to my knowledge, and we need to celebrate these moments. I want to thank Judge Mildred McDuffie. She is a tireless advocate in our community. We know we will hear from Judge McDuffie if we are not doing something right, and how blessed is the Empowerment Zone Board to have her leadership. So at this point, I just want to say thank you and welcome everyone into the new facility. Enjoy some fellowship and food, and we look forward to you coming back for many days ahead. Thank you.
Good morning. It is a wonderful day here in the city of Columbia, and I'm pleased to be able to attend today and be a part of this ceremony recognizing the Lady Street Suites. This is a project that represents the work of many. I would like to thank those that have contributed to the success. I think it starts with the work of the Columbia Empowerment Zone, its chairwoman, Judge McDuffie, its co-chair, Mr. Russell McCoy, and its board members who provide guidance to CEZ's director, Felicia Maloney, and her staff. When we talk about CEZ, I think it's important to recognize Councilwoman Leona Plow and her contributions in writing the original grants that created the Columbia Empowerment Zone over 10 years ago. In addition, this project was made possible with the cooperations, assistance, and support of Congressman Jim Clyburn and his staff, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, our Mayor Stephen Benjamin, Councilman Brian Newman, and all the members of the Columbia City Council. I also want to recognize the support of my boss, the City Manager, Ms. Teresa Wilson, and the resources utilized by Columbia's Community Development Department under direction of Ms. Deborah Livingston. Small business development is a cornerstone of the community and economic development. With over 60% of all private sector non-farm jobs coming from small businesses, these entrepreneurs are the backbone of creativity and production that stimulate the economy and stabilize our community. As a CFO for the City of Columbia, I recognize the importance of these small local businesses. As our citizens utilize the services of these small businesses, our local economy thrives, and this generates the revenue that's necessary to provide quality services to our citizens. These services include police and fire protection, public works, parks and recreation, and our schools. The establishment of Lady Street Suites, along with its resources, provides its business residents here in the heart of our city help to fulfill CEC's objective to provide public and private investment to foster new business startups and expansion of existing businesses. And remember, these small businesses grow into major players in the national and international marketplace. Often these companies will remain here in the community where they were first established and continue to add to the local community and economy. So I offer my encouragement to these business owners at Lady Street Suites and my best wishes for your success. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Deborah Livingston, the Director of Community Development, and the staff is here, and thank you guys very much. Many of them worked on helping the Empowerment Zone obtain this grant, and so thank you, Dolly, the CD staff, for doing an excellent job. We wanted to say congratulations, Judge, and especially Felicia. Thank you for being on time and in compliance. That means a lot to the Community Development Department. The project utilized $104,500 of Community Development Block Grant funding. And of course, that's just for the helping with the revitalization. There was the acquisition of the property and all the maintenance that Felicia had to do for years and years before we got the project underway. But the total investment in just the rehab, if our caper is correct, is $380,500 with the Empowerment Zone utilizing $276,000 of other funding. But we are very proud of the fact that this is literally 3 blocks from our department and where we are at 1225 Lady Street. So this is nice to have this in the heart of downtown Columbia. I would like to tell everyone, just in case you don't get a copy of our caper, which is online, but that's our annual plan that tells the Department of Housing and Urban Development how well we did this year, or we did last year in 2013. But we took $4,700,000 in federal funds and leveraged that to almost $11 million. And I think that's pretty phenomenal. So we are very proud of that fact. And to the Board of Directors and Ms. Maloney, thank you. And we do want you to know that on Monday, October the 13th, we are announcing our notice of funds available for Community Development Block Grant funding, and we will have $1.5 million available. So I expect for you guys to apply for something and some project. Thank you very much.
Will the Board of Directors come up, please? There are 9 of us that serve on this board under the leadership of Mrs. Felicia Maloney. We do not get paid a dime. And we do whatever is necessary to make the city of Columbia a better place to work and live. I would like to say thank all of you for being a part of this. After we have finished the program, you are to go inside and partake of the refreshments that we have, and we have some small business folks who are displaying their wares this morning. I am so happy. I have been in Columbia all of my life. I am now 80 years old, but I continue and will continue even if I have to get the fire chief to come get me in a wheelchair and take me where I need to go. Y'all see the fire chief back there. All the policemen, didn't I see our chief? Our chief is over there. But I enjoy being a part of what's going on in my city. And when I go across the world, I am always boasting and bragging about our city council, our various departments, and Mrs. Livingston has been with us since day one. When we first started, we were all in the building together. And so as she said, as our city manager said, it takes a village to get things done. And I am so happy that all of you are a part. And if you have a problem you can't solve, come to me. Thank you.